I feel like sometimes we are so discouraged and we just don't want to start because we don't see people doing what we want to do. We don't think we're going to be seen. You're going to have feelings of isolation. You're going to be alone a lot. And not everyone is going to like you. If everyone did like you, then that's a problem too. Because how can everyone like you? Also, it's important to understand that just because people that you know personally aren't reposting your stuff or sharing your content, that doesn't mean you're not doing a good job. And the thing is, this world is so abundant that there's an audience for everyone. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. 2 seconds because I am way too far from the camera. Okay, now we're a bit more intimate. Okay, so recently I've been actively trying to get out of my comfort zone. I've been learning to be more of a producer of content and not just a consumer. And man, it has been difficult. Like in the 22 years I've been on this earth, I have done some very crazy, scary things. But putting myself on the internet, on social media, for everyone and your mama to see, oh, that has been very scary for me. For the longest time, I really struggled to put myself on the internet, and I'm kind of doing this despite being scared. Recording this video right now, I'm very anxious, but I'm still doing it. I'm being courageous in the face of fear. And there's something very powerful about doing that, and I've experienced that power lately, and it's changing my life. So in today's video, I want to try to persuade someone who's also had high social anxiety about posting themselves on the internet or showing their work on the internet as to why it's so important for you to do so, and how your life can change, even if you don't blow up, even if you don't become the next Mr. Beast, why it's important to put yourself out there and how you can impact people by doing so. So, showing my work has taught me that you gain more than you lose, and there's really no such thing as failure. Like, I've adopted this mindset of what's the best that could happen. You don't necessarily fail when you show your work on the internet. Maybe the feelings of embarrassment, rejection, but they're all temporary, and emotions are, they come and they go. You won't always feel that way. But failure to me anyways is to just not try at something and already give up before you even see the result. Instead, the best that could happen from you putting your work on the internet is that you build a portfolio. You meet new people online, you help someone. You might be the person that somebody needs to get inspired to start working out. You might be the person that inspires somebody to start doing their natural hair. You might be the person who inspires somebody to start a YouTube channel. You never know. There's so much positivity to be gained from just starting to put your work on the internet. There's nothing really to lose, right? And I feel like sometimes we are so discouraged and we just don't want to start because we don't see people doing what we want to do. We don't think we're going to be seen. But trust me, you have an audience out there waiting for you, and they're waiting to hear your voice. They're waiting to hear your words. They want to be encouraged by you. There's nothing that you lose from putting your work on the internet, but you lose everything when you don't. Okay, now the next one, which is probably why, the biggest reason anyways why I started to show my work, was that physically I was being affected by not fulfilling my purpose. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know why I felt so weird in my body. Like, I had high anxiety and I was very stressed out. Until I started to produce and actually put my work on the internet, I was having those feelings constantly, and I knew something had to change. Anyways, I think I found a solution to this. So I think I found a reason to explain why I was physically hurt by not putting myself on the internet. And that comes from a book I've been reading called The Source. It talks about the brain, it talks about the mind, power, and how you can really take control of your future, of your body, by tapping into your brain. And a few of the ideas that the author taps on is brain chemicals, and understanding that brain chemicals in your mind are constantly imbalanced. Brain chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, they're constantly changing. They spike up, they spike down when you engage in certain things, and they can affect your mood, they can affect your emotions, and they can affect how you physically feel. Right, but something powerful happens when you start to take control of those brain chemicals, and you take control of those things by producing, by going outside of your comfort zone, by delaying gratification. When you start doing that, you start to take control of your mind. You literally punch fear in the face. You literally change how your mind has been working for so long. And this is explained by this concept called neuroplasticity. The idea that your nervous system adapts and changes to external and internal stimulus. So, Literally, producing can change how you feel. It can change your future. It can change who you are as a person. You will be a different person when you start producing and step out of your comfort zone. So I just don't know why you wouldn't start showing your work on the internet. Okay, now no one is coming to save you or to make you successful. The only person who can guarantee your success is yourself. You have to understand that your journey is unique and personal, and there are going to be challenges when you start showing your work. You're going to have feelings of isolation. You're going to be alone a lot, alone in your room editing videos. You're going to be alone in your studio making that artwork. You're going to be alone in the gym trying to get those gains, but it's all part of your personal and specific and highly unique journey. And when you start experiencing these things, you actually set yourself in a position to be in charge of your success, to be in charge of who you become in the future. And not everyone is gonna like you. If everyone did like you, then that's a problem too. Because how can everyone like you? Everyone has different experiences, everyone has different dislikes, passions. So if you're making content for everyone, you're basically making content for no one, right? Also, it's important to understand that just because people that you know personally aren't reposting your stuff or sharing your content, that doesn't mean you're not doing a good job, or it doesn't mean that they don't like you. It's actually like, just because some people have their own lives to live and they also have their own purpose to fulfill. So I never take it to heart when like somebody doesn't share my stuff or repost me. It's completely cool, because at the end of the day, everyone has their own lives to live. I am not the center of the world, and you need to understand that, like, genuinely. And the fact is, sometimes your biggest supporter can be a stranger or someone that you haven't met yet, and there's no way you're gonna meet that person until you start putting your stuff out there. And although I just spoke about being alone, the truth is you really aren't alone. A lot of people are joining the social media game every single day. YouTube alone has 38 million active YouTube accounts. Even if those 38 million accounts are not channels, at least, I guarantee, at least like 30% of them are. So that's like, what is 30% of 30 million? Like 9 million channels. 38, no, like, let's say 12 million channels are, you know, on YouTube. They're actually channels. That means 12 million people are also in the same struggle as you, are also trying to work to show your work, are also trying to get an audience. And the thing is, this world is so abundant that there's an audience for everyone, right? But you will never be able to blow up or show your work if you just keep your stuff secret, keep it hidden, don't want no one to know about it. That is not the way. Like 10 years ago, who knew about Mr. Beast? I didn't. I didn't. The fact is that somebody is going to blow up any one of these days. It could be today. It could be a second from now. It could be a minute. It could be next week. It could be in the next 3 years. Somebody is gonna blow up. That's a fact. It could be me. It could be you. It could be us. But you can never be that person if you don't show your work. You cannot skip the process. I don't know why I sometimes forget this, but you cannot skip the process of success. There is no shortcut to get in to certain places, right? For example, if I wanted to go to the bathroom, I couldn't just teleport there as much as I would love to. I would literally have to physically stand up and walk. That's how I would have to get there, right? To live in your purpose, to gain an audience, to grow on social media, you need to take an action. You can't just sit down on one spot and think it's gonna happen. That action is showing your work. That action is picking up the camera. That action is talking to a camera and being weird and being judged and being embarrassed. It's all part of the process which cannot be skipped. You need to actively do things to change and to improve your skills, and that process is always gonna be there. Like, no one can get from one place physically to another place without some kind of work in the middle. This is physics. This is physics, okay? One point I like to always go back to have a better understanding of this, is gratitude in advance. Be grateful for what you have achieved for your future self. Your future self is going to be happy that you decided to get up and punch fear in the face and say, listen, I'm about to get this money and I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what you have to say. And I most definitely do not care what you have to say, because this is for me and it's for my future self, and nobody's going to get me there but myself. but myself. Finally, showing your work is a fun and amazing way to grow. As people, I feel like we are supposed to have strong connections and to build communities. Even if you're an introvert, you can't deny that there's a power in having connections with somebody. There's a power in meeting new people and sharing your ideas. There is power in it. Community is so empowering, and it helps us to become better and to grow as individuals and to meet new people. Personally, for me, connecting with people, showing my work has allowed me to romanticize my life more, has given me purpose to go outside, to film stuff, to put it on the internet. It has allowed me to engage in my talents, to improve in my skills, and without the ability to show my work, or if I was just constantly being nervous about the embarrassment or the hate or whatever I was going to get from it, I would not be having these amazing experiences or having these amazing connections that I do now. So that's the end of this YouTube video. I hope I managed to inspire you to start doing something that you've been holding back for a long time. It doesn't matter what it is, just start. Go outside, go touch some grass, go hug a tree, but just start doing what you're supposed to do. Pick up that pen, pick up those boxing gloves, pick up that dumbbell, pick up that camera most importantly, and record yourself and put it on the internet, because you never know how you may impact somebody's life, okay? And you never know what could happen if you don't try. Okay, so guys, that's the end. Thank you for watching this far. If you have, make sure you like, subscribe, and most importantly, go make an impact. Alright, peace.